Hey everybody, I'm WABE politics reporter Raul Bally, and thanks for rejoining us. We again apologize for some of the technical issues we had with the first part of this forum. Joining us now is Roger Orlando, candidate for Tucker City Council District number one. Let's just we're going to ask some of the same questions that we asked to your opponent, Karen Peters. And joining us to ask those questions are Kathy Cobbs, managing editor for Rough Draft Reporter newspapers, and Delaney Tarr, who's a journalist for Supporta Report. As we've told people, this was not a debate. This is just an opportunity for candidates to introduce themselves, talk about where they stand on positions. Roger Orlando, we're just going to start off with 30 seconds. Just introduce yourself to the people.
Well, sure. I'm Roger Orlando, as you just said. I have been a Tucker councilman for going on about 48 months. And I'm also, in way of background, I've been a trial lawyer for approximately, oh God, almost 40 years now. And I think the background gained as an experienced Tucker councilman and as a lawyer has helped me tremendously to help the city. And I'm seeking reelection because I know there's a lot more I can do. I see politicians say, you know, I need to finish the job. It'll never be finished, but I'm here for it.
Thank you so much. So we're going to ask you the same questions that we asked to Karen, a series of questions from our great journalists, Kathy Cobbs and Delaney Tarr. Kathy, your first question for Roger Orlando.
Thank you. So regarding issues in your district, what do you think are the most important ones that you would tackle that you feel have not yet been addressed?
Issues in District 1, there's always a number of them, but I can think of two that just pop out in my head. Number one, we just completed the Hugh Howell safety project because Hugh Howell and especially Hugh Howell at Rosser Road and at Mountain Industrial Boulevard are probably the two most dangerous intersections in the entire city of Tucker. We've approved the first budgeting for the first round of improvements on Hugh Howell, which the number one will be straightening the Rosser Road cut into Hugh Howell, which is going to hopefully prevent less dangerous left turns, and people who choose to make a left turn have a shorter sight distance. There is a number of other issues that are planned for Hugh Howell Road down the road as funding permits over the next probably 3 to 4 years. The other, I attend two DeKalb County PD crime meetings a month. And one of the way they portray crime is through what's called a flare map that lights up a street or area in bright red and orange. And the number one crime spot in the entire city of Tucker is on Juliet Road. That's in District 1. So far, we've made funding available to put in new sidewalks, lighting, which is, according to the police, the most important thing we can do, and a lot of block cameras. Plus, we have the Richardson Street extension going in, so there's not just one means of egress and ingress onto Juliet Road. The police now can come through without the spotters announcing their presence or arrival.
Thank you so much. Delaney Tarr, your first question for Roger Orlando.
Hi, Roger. Now, if elected, what would you promise to tackle as your top priority in the first 100 days in office?
Great question, but I don't want to pop the bubble. Nothing much gets done in 100 days. There's a lot of work. So my main two priorities this next 4 years, my next and final term, would be expanding on the investigation and the work done by the Tucker North Lake CID in terms of the feasibility of a police force for Tucker. That's important because, again, having attended 95+% of the DeKalb County crime briefings, the response times both to the public's perception and to the statistics, leave something to be desired. Not that these aren't great officers and a well-run Tucker precinct, they are, but it's due to their ability or inability to attract quality officers, either through those who, wow, okay.
Sometimes the minute will just
Wow.
come up and surprise you.
Police
Um,
force.
For those of you who are just joining us and trying to understand what's going on here, we had some technical issues earlier. So Roger Orlando is joining us now to answer the same questions that we asked to Karen Peters for this race for Tucker City Council District number 1. Second question from Kathy Cobbs for Roger Orlando.
Yes, so you mentioned that one of your priorities was the police department possibly being established in Tucker. Do you feel like this is the time and the place to do it? And do you feel that Tucker is ready to put in the time and the effort that it would take to establish their own independent police department?
It's a great question because it calls into mind how young a city we are, being incorporated in 2016. But ultimately, I believe yes. The feasibility study, again by the North Lake Tucker CID, showed that it might be economically feasible. The next part of the study we need is to see what we would save, the citizens would save, not having to pay DeKalb County for police services. We don't get 100% of what we bargained for in the intergovernmental agreement, or IGA, with the county. We have a 1-year cessation agreement with DeKalb County. So we're talking, and I think you might have asked timing wise, we're talking probably 3 to 4 years, and we'd need a brick and mortar presence as well.
Thank you so much. Delaney Tarr, your second question for Roger Orlando.
As Tucker continues to grow, how will you approach ongoing housing development? Specifically, what is your stance on higher capacity homes, affordable housing, and low-income residences?
Okay, I get that question a lot. I was one of the 4 council members who pushed the density and zoning changes on the downtown district off Main Street. The blocks on the map are shown as D1, D2, D3. That permits a greater density by right for developers and up to a certain level. And if they seek a higher level, an extra floor, then they would be subject to the SLUP, or special land use process. And my thought process at the time was we needed to bring in folks with more capacity to spend money to make the Tucker Main Street area more vibrant and economically feasible. I do believe that there is a need for workforce housing as well, and I would like to see a commission formed between folks on the street and council members as to that issue.
Kathy Cobbs, Delaney Tarr, thank you so much for your questions. Roger Orlando, 60 seconds, closing argument to the people of Tucker.
Okay, sorry it took me so long to log on, everyone, but I appreciate your time and
we appreciate
interest.
you being here now, though.
Well,
so thank you
forums
so
are
much.
good.
60
So,
seconds.
again, okay, I'm Roger Orlando, and I have been a councilman for 4 years, so that is quite a bit of training. And I don't think it would be a good idea to waste that training and my abilities at this point in my council career. I have a lot to offer. Everyone out there on all the offices promising transparency, inclusiveness, listening to the voters. Of course. Yeah, I've been doing it for 4 years. I know I can't count the number of times I've had meetings, especially in District 1, but once elected, I represent the entire city as I do now. So I think the transparency and communication is correct. I've been doing it. I'm going to continue to do it, and I'll meet with anyone, anywhere once reelected.
Roger Orlando, thank you so much. And that's going to wrap up this forum. For those who are just joining us, we did have some technical issues. So you've watched what we did here with Roger Orlando, and you can also see what we did with his opponent, Karen Peters. I'm Raul Bally with WABE. I want to thank the candidates and the panelists for participating in this forum, Rough Draft Atlanta for organizing this forum. Early voting begins Tuesday, October the 14th. Election Day is November the 4th. Thanks for tuning in.